निरञ्जनं नित्यमनन्तरूपं भक्तानुकम्पाधृतविग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमीड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामि। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तं ह देवम् आत्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। हरिः ओम्। Namaste to all of you. Wish you all good health, strength, peace and joy. May Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada and Swami Vivekananda bless all of you, your family and the entire nation and the world. As you all know, the lockdown in many states, in many metropolitan cities has been prolonged due to the pandemic, more and more cases coming out after the testing. So it is inevitable. We cannot do anything about it except do some introspection, do some sadhana, prayer, study, lead a peaceful life apart from the work and household duties that you are carrying on. If you are a student, studying well, preparing for the future, whether it's exams, whether it's knowledge, gain that and become strong. Today I shall share some ideas with you about Satsangam and its benefits. Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya had composed this famous shloka which is recited as part of the Bhajagovindam. He said, Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi. Satsangatve nissangatvam. Through holy company, through association of the wise, we gain nissanga, detachment. Attachment, detachment. Nissanga, satsanga. Nissanga is giving away, going away from attachments with the power of satsanga. So as a result, what happens? Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam. All the moha, all the attachments, all the infatuations, they will disappear. Nirmohatvam, the cloud in the sky is cleared off and the sun burns bright, gives its luster, gives its grandeur to the whole world. Nirmohatve nischalatatvam. When the moha is cleared, when the cloud is cleared, when the whole haziness and that darkness is gone, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, mind will become very pure, very clear, crystal clear, like a lake without any breeze, without being disturbed by external forces. Nischala, chala is restlessness. Nischala is quietness, calmness. Nischala tattve. After that what? That is the real benefit for us, the gift of satsangam for us. Jivan muktihi. Be free, be free, be free. Free from the shackles, free from the bondages, internal. And as we go forward, leave this body and go Jivan Muktihi. In this very life you can be free and later merge in the cosmic ocean, in the cosmic consciousness, in the Parabrahman or whatever name you may call it. So Satsanga leads to Nissanga, and that Nissanga, that detachment, keep in mind, is a mental state. It's not an object. Wherever you are, however busy you are, family, friends, relatives, neighbors, colleagues, society, in the mind you are free. In the mind you are detached. You can be free, like a lotus in the water, like a lily in the water. Padmapatram ivambhasa, Krishna had mentioned. Live like a leaf in lotus leaf in the world. Lotus grows in the world, the leaf in the water, the lotus leaf is on the water, press the leaf into the water. As soon as you leave the grip, it comes out. It shakes off that water. Not a droplet will be on it. Nissanga, that is the mental state. And that holy company or unholy company, it can give you sorrow. Holy company will give you the happiness. Not just pleasure, not just alpa sukha, but atma sukha. Because yad bhavam tad bhavati, as you think you shall become. The more you think of the holy, of the mantra, of the bhajana, of the puja, of the scriptures, that is a beautiful state. So gradually, the mind inside is recycled, is purified as it were, and you are going forward, you are evolving in spiritual life. So, this detached state, it should be a positive approach. It should not be a negative approach. Oh, I am giving up this. Oh, I am giving up that. Oh, I am not talking to that person. Oh, I am not doing this work. This naughty problem has to be given up. You should be positive. You should think of the Atman. You should think of a personal God if you are a Bhakta. And that detachment, Krishna had beautifully pointed out in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. He said, "Na roopamasyeha tatopalabhyate, nanto na chadir na cha sampratishtha, ashvattamenam suviroda moolam, asanga shastrena dridhena chitva." This tree, that form is not perceptible in this world. No one can understand its beginning, end, or foundation, but determinedly one must cut down this strong tree armed with the weapon of detachment, asanga shastra. This sword of detachment should be taken up and cut that moha, cut that attachment of the tree. And then one must seek higher places. It's very important. Tatav padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata nani vartanti bhuyah tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatah pravritte prasuta purani. The next part is very important. He said, one must seek higher places, that when achieved, one must never return, but surrender to the Supreme Personality, who is the eternal source of everything. We are going to join the Mahakarana. We are joining the Maha consciousness, Mahasagara, beyond all misery, beyond all sorrow, beyond all diseases, beyond all difficulties. That is our goal. That is our sadhana. Let us work towards it more and more through satsangam. When the attached mind is caught up in this mess, caught up in this samsara of friends and family, wealth, name, fame, then what happens? Your life is stagnant. The growth is stagnant. You are not been moving forward and will not be allowed to move forward also. Saudhan, Saudhan. Night time when the darwan is going round, the watchman is going round, the security guards are going round. What do they say? Saudhan, Saudhan. They'll be giving a bell. They'll be blowing something, whistle. They'll be beating something, creating that awareness that we are there, that we are there. So in the mind, that Saudhan call, Uttishtata, Uttishtata, beyond pramada, beyond moha is our state. If the mind is not free, let us recollect what Sri Ramakrishna said. A beautiful story, a parable of the drunkards who, having drunk so much, rather over drinking, sat in a boat and were rowing the boat. The whole night they were singing, dancing in that intoxication, in that mattu. Morning 5 o'clock, 5:10, sunrise on the eastern horizon, and these fellows found they were in the same place where they started. They were rowing the boat. 1 hour each drunkard was rowing the boat, others were enjoying. But Sri Ramakrishna's parable is that so beautiful, so rich in a message to us, that the boat was tied up to the tree. They did not untie it, but they were rowing the boat. So that mind is attached, Sri Ramakrishna says. The mind is attached. It is tied up to the tree of samsara. There is no satsangam, there is no strength, there is no knowledge, there is no awareness. What are we doing in our daily life? Strength, oh man, strength. Vivekananda had that tremendous message to give to us, that we have to be strong in this world. He was not happy with goody people. Even he had mentioned some time back, in some of his lectures, that he appreciates the conviction of the wicked people, because they are convinced of the bad action, convinced of the negative action. They want to harm the society. You ask them, they say, yes, we are going to attack, we are going to kill. But does the good man, does the bhakta have that kind of conviction in God? Is he surrendering to God? Is he thinking of God? Not just doing a little pradakshanam, not just a little bit of periphery of prayer meditation. Vivekananda says, plunge inside it. Spirituality alone lives. God alone lives. We have to hold on to that. Sri Ramakrishna also, though externally he appeared very ordinary, they say, but when it comes to spiritual life, when it comes to meditation, when it comes to satsangam, he was very determined. He was very strict. He was very convinced. That conviction we should have as devotees, so that God is our lifeline. Surrender to God. Sharanagati, Sharanagati, Sharanagati. Plunge inside the divinity. Most important thing I would just read out to you now is the teaching which Sri Ramakrishna had discussed in the gospel. A devotee asks him, what is the way, sir? What is the way out of this samsara? Sri Ramakrishna says, prayer and the company of holy men. Prayer and the company of holy men. You cannot get rid of an ailment without the help of a physician. But it is not enough to be in the company of religious people only for a day. You should constantly seek it, for the disease has become chronic. The disease of attachment. Again, you cannot understand the pulse rightly unless you live with a physician. Moving with him constantly, you learn to distinguish between the pulse of phlegm and the pulse of bile. Devotee, what is the good of holy company? Sri Ramakrishna said, the master said, it begets yearning for God, vyakulata. It begets love of God. Nothing whatsoever is achieved in spiritual life without yearning. By constantly living in the company of holy men, the soul becomes restless for God. There is another benefit from holy company. It helps one to cultivate discrimination between the real and the unreal, asat and sat, nitya, anitya, vastu viveka. That discrimination we get. God alone is the real, the eternal substance, and the world is unreal, that is to say, transitory. This is Sri Ramakrishna's assertion, Sri Ramakrishna's strong message to us, strong teaching to us. Let us maintain that holy company. It can be in the form of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It can be studying Swamiji's teachings, Holy Mother's teachings, chanting the Bhagavad Gita, chanting the Sahasranamas, just being with oneself. Listening to bhajans, listening to some good music, talking about God, discussing about knowledge with your family members. Anyway, since you are at home, since you will be at home for some more days, wherever you are, let us practice this satsangam and move forward to become free in this very life. Internal freedom is the watchword of real spirituality. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat.